What's up, beautiful people? I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we are here today with a book review. I'm going in with recommendation, I'm going in with spoilers, I'm going in with all the details, so get ready because this is a book I guarantee you have not heard enough about. First thing I thought when I was reading this book was, why is no one talking about this? I follow so many book talkers, Instagram, book recommendations, all of it, and I only saw it once. So to answer that question, I discovered it only came out in April of this year. So it's literally a month old. It's a brand new book. Hailey Dickert's The Sister Between Us. Guys, let me see if this can focus in here. There you go. I read it on Kindle Unlimited. It was free. Get it now. I read it there, was so obsessed, I knew it needed an immediate permanent spot on my bookshelf. So I ordered it, it is here, I'm so happy, and I'm about to dive into the entire storyline, why I loved it so much, and I will be doing spoilers. I don't think I'll be going too deep into it, but definitely there will be spoilers in this video, so get ready. First things first, this book, I think, is a super fresh take on the whole best friend sibling romance, right? We've seen it before. Girl falls for her brother's best friend, boy falls for his sister's best friend. We've seen it plenty of times, and it's back here. The difference being that they are childhood friends, so they have known each other and each other's families their whole lives, both of them. They were also friends growing up, so it's not like it's just the siblings' best friend. And essentially, the love story is just one that I loved. It was not too slow of a burn, but slow enough that it built up a little bit of tension and it gave you what you wanted. The main characters are Leah and Jake, and so Leah is best friends with Jake's sister Chloe. They all grew up together, they know each other very well, and the friendship between Chloe and Leah is like to die for. The relationship that Jake has as kind of their like protective brother figure is great, and you know this is like their senior year of high school. You totally feel the vibes, you know that there's like this building of feelings and emotions, and they're both kind of getting to the point that they're going to be doing something about it, and they do. They get together, you finally get that. You don't have to wait too long. It's really kind of nice. The story flows very quickly and very nicely, and then the plot twist happens like mid-book, not even. So obviously, you know, thinking the little plot twist coming is that the sister Chloe is gonna find out and she's gonna be upset and yada yada. That does happen, but she gets over it quite quickly. She's really happy that they're together. She thinks it's gonna be great. And that's not the actual plot twist of the book. So this is where we're going into full spoilers. I will say it because it's impossible to get around the entire other part of the book without saying what happens. But essentially, in kind of just a haze of emotion, because there's all this family drama happening in the background. So obviously the main story is a love story, but layers to that. There's family drama on both sides. Chloe and Jake's family, Leah's family, there's tensions, there's a lot happening, splitting up, parents being in and out of the picture. That I won't spoil because I don't need to, but something happens that one parent is very much no longer available, and there's a lot of secrecy around it. And so Chloe basically discovers the truth and finds out that both Leah and Jake knew about it, and she's obviously very hurt by that. She's more hurt by that than their hidden relationship, right? So she takes off, and Leah jumps in the car with her, and very quickly you understand what's about to happen. And it does. Unfortunately, there is a car accident where this is the big, really moment in the book. Chloe does pass away, unfortunately. So the best friend and sister, who was like Jake's best friend, passes away, and that really leaves Leah and Jake to pick up the pieces of their lives. Like, this was the anchor for this whole group, for their families, for everything, and she's just gone. She was that personality that was the loud personality. She was always the one just taking care of everything. So then there's a time jump, which this is, I have to say, one of my favorite parts about this book. It could have continued. It could have just given us the immediate, oh, and then they leaned on each other and yada yada, but it didn't. It gave a great time jump. If I'm not mistaken, it's like 8 years. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. I think it's an 8-year time jump. And there is a reconnection that happens between Leah and Jake, not on purpose, literally on the other side of the world, total chance encounter. And it's about how they navigate that. And you find out through flashbacks and through Leah kind of talking about her time in between now and the past 8 years, what really has happened and what you missed in the time jump. You get bits and pieces, you see their family members, and you find out a lot more. And then you see them just trying to figure out what they want to do. Obviously they still have feelings for each other, but each other is just a reminder of the person they lost. So I love that, because it wasn't just like a glossed over, oh, I see you and I want to be with you all over again. There's more layers to grief than that, right? So I thought that this is a really real kind of telling of that, and it's not as simple as let's just get back together. There's many layers to it that they need to kind of go through and feel out and discover if this is something that they can really handle. So I appreciated that a ton. I thought it was super well written. I loved the characters, especially Jake. I have to say, I just loved his personality. I loved how he becomes who he grows up to be, how sure of himself, and the ways that he honors his sister that are just so genuine. Like this, you could have told me that this was a real story and I would have bought it 100%. Like, to me, it felt so real. So now I'm thinking maybe it is a real story and I should look into that. Stay tuned. I'm going to check that. But I don't think it is. But it was just that well written that you totally could have told me it was a true story. And so I will spoil the ending. Eventually they do get back together. They do make it work, and they do kind of bring their lives back as one, but it takes time, which I loved. And I love that they kind of also kept the character of Chloe going throughout the book. Obviously she wasn't present anymore, but she was in constant conversation, constant reminders, constantly like their grief would pop back up, which is the reality of grief, right? Like it wasn't pretend, it was a true book where they handled both their romance and their grief and how that's intertwined. And I thought that was so well done. So again, you probably haven't heard that much about it. The Sister Between Us, it's a new book, just came out in April. Get it on Kindle, get it on paperback, do whatever you gotta do, but I'm telling you, you won't regret reading this. I know a lot of people don't love the like easy, romancy, smutty reads, but this has a lot more layers to it than that. It's a very fresh take, I really found very different, unique storyline. So I highly recommend it. It is my April book of the month, and I am like going to be talking about this book so much because it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me believe everything that was happening. So you want a little escape from the stress of daily life, you want something new, something fresh to read, literally brand new, get this book, guys. I swear I'm not sponsored. Sometimes I sound like I am. I just love to read. I love this book, recommend it, do it. You won't regret it. It is the best book. I thought it was so fun. That's my book recommendation for today. That's my April book of the month. I can't wait to see what else Hailey Dickert comes out with. I'm about to stalk her and find out if she has a ton of other books that I just didn't know of, because I really loved her writing style as well. I mean, the book being so good is obviously a testament to her. So highly recommend. Get it now and let me know what you guys think. Be back soon with another book recommendation.